Guys, super excited today. I have an amazing collab for you all. I'm here with my friend Yoshi Okai. He's from Austin, Texas. He's originally from Japan. He's a sushi chef. He was a chef at a restaurant called Otoko in Austin, very well-known chef in between Houston and Austin. And he's now helping us out in New Orleans at a restaurant called Omakase Kira, coming soon next month. Thought it'd be a great idea to invite him here. And he's gonna make sort of a Japanese dish that you're able to do at home. Pretty simple, some tuna, some pickles. So what are we making?
You can get any kind of tuna, but this is bluefin tuna. So today I'm gonna do this is green tea. So green tea seared tuna.
I love it.
You can use any type of green tea. Put it on top. You can use a torch.
Perfect.
It's really good.
Sweet. So what's the first step?
So today I'm gonna use the fennel, the cucumbers. So cut it really. Well, I say at home, right? Of course you can use mandarin. It's easier. This is simple. You can just say salt to cure.
So pickles and fennel.
Yep, for tonight.
Beautiful.
So just a quick pickle. So using just little bit Japanese rice vinegar. Just a little bit. Yeah.
It's like a salad, almost, right?
Yeah. Then later we're gonna squeeze out. So you do this, maybe tenderize, make it softer. Then this one put on the side for now. Quick Ponzu sauce. I'm gonna use tamari gluten-free rice vinegars. So normally regular Ponzu sauce, right? I use in 2-to-1. So 2 vinegar, 1 soy sauce. But today I'm using for tuna. So tuna need more salt content. So I'm gonna do 1-to-1. So pretty easy.
Okay.
Tuna is more fatty, more flavor. So
See, and I thought Ponzu sauce always had to have citrus in it.
Ponzu means citrus acid. Every chef has different recipes. So I'm going back to more like traditional.
Equal parts soy sauce to rice vinegar, super easy to remember.
So Ponzu sauce, 2-to-1. So
What do you think most North American chefs get wrong with Japanese cooking?
a bunch of stuff. Okay, so nobody buys a rice cooker, right? The most chef, they throw away those cups. They always like so mushy.
Overcooked.
Too much water. So Japanese measurement, United States measurement is totally different. So Japanese 1 cup means 180 milliliters.
People overcook rice a lot. Yeah.
So make sure you use little containers.
Gotcha.
So measurement different. So
Water to rice, what would you think?
cooking like regular rice, right? You can do like maybe 1-to-1, it's fine. But making sushi rice, right? You have to make it a little drier. So maybe you can cook 10 cups of rice. You put between 9 cups water to 9.5.
Okay, so a little bit less water.
Cooking rice a little more drier. Then mix sushi vinegar. Then sucked in more better.
How do you make your sushi vinegar?
Rice vinegar, the sugar and the salt. Really simple. Bunch of chefs add so much stuff. So I using like kelp. When cooking rice, I put it inside the rice cooker, cook it together.
Kelp.
Yeah.
When it cooks, it like
So
infuses.
Then you can control like flavor. So rice vinegar, right? Always keep it same.
Beautiful.
Sauce done. Pickle is waiting. Then now we're gonna sear the tuna. Bunch of people sear tuna like this, right? Or any meat sheet pan, right? Get super hot. So make sure wet towel underneath, or get another sheet tray underneath. Or maybe you can sear it here.
Over the grill, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't mess up a nice cutting board.
Right.
So I'm gonna put the wet towel here. Put the green tea. Already grinded, so.
Green tea. No salt?
Nope. So also this is okay. So depends on tuna, right? You're looking at the fat content. So this is really nice loin. There's so much fat. It's sear too long, almost like foie gras, losing so much nice flavor and the fat too. So
Beautiful.
So yeah, more on the back side you can see it longer, but this is really nice.
Now is this otoro?
Otoro, yes. Tuna bellies. Totally enough. Just added the nice smoky flavor to it. The other side too. So put more green tea. Right.
Damn, it smells good. Smoky.
Then you can smell
Yeah.
right? Green tea. Right? So. I'm doing this just give you a nice texture. Also bring you nice smoky flavor too.
Now, is this technique something that you're going to put on the menu at Kira, you think?
For hamachi, I'm putting black peppers.
Oh, okay.
So,
but same technique, black pepper and blowtorch.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. But hamachi you can sear it longer.
And Japanese cooking is very simple, right? Very
Yes.
few ingredients. Like that's one thing that I love so much about Japanese cooking is the discipline and the attention to detail they put in each individual ingredient makes for a really well balanced finished dish, right?
Yes.
Like sushi's 3 ingredients, but perfectly balanced together.
But you have to cook every day to
Yeah.
see like so each season put different for rice, right? Put different water levels.
Right.
So.
Now, is it true they say like sushi chefs train for like 5 years just watching rice before they're allowed to touch fish? Is that true in Japan?
Yes and no, same times. So rice most important. So normally chef cooking rice. Okay, so United States, right? Oh, rice is so cheap. So let the new guy cook rice. It's wrong. So same as the pasta too, right? Is a pasta bad, right? Whole dish ruins. So same as sushi, right? You're using nice, auto here. They put it on top, say, okay rice, right? And the sushi totally ruins the whole sushi.
Super important.
Yeah. So. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut tuna. You have to take a skin off too, a little bit. So maybe this way.
So how long have you been making sushi? How long have you been a chef for?
Really long time. So almost like 28 years. Long time.
Damn.
Yeah, and also you have the same as the meat too. You can see like those muscle, right, lines. You against this way, and then more like chewy. So it's against to make them say, the muscles. This way make more nice and tender. So
Yeah, going against the grain.
yes, it's like this. This is most important too. Cutting fish, always one stroke, the pull
Right.
one time. And they give
really
you a nice,
sharp knife.
Yeah, and they give you a nice clean cut.
Now, do you have a preferred steel that you like to use for your knives? Blue steel?
This is good, but not at home. So I'm using it's called Nenox, really nice.
Oh, Ninox is good.
Yeah, Nenox is really nice. It kind of mixes stainless steel
Right.
with a actual
Like VG10, I think it's called. Yeah.
So carbon in it too. So yeah, really simple. They put the Ponzu sauce a little bit, green onions on top. On top a little bit.
Damn.
So this is traditional. They always are using olive oil too. Finishing olive oil.
Okay.
Yeah, add the extra layer to flavors. And then finishing salt. Give you a nice texture to it. All right, so all done.
Wow.
Nice and simple.
That's it, huh?
Yep.
Really complicated.
Super easy. So only difficult part, difficult to get the bluefin tuna. But you can use like yellowfin tuna, it's fine too. Even you can use salmon, the same technique, you can use it.
If you have a fillet of fish and one side's thin and one side's thick,
Yes.
yeah, I noticed that like when you cut the fish, you know how to turn your knife and
yes.
position your knife so that you get similar portions all the way down, correct?
Yes.
Like, so like how important is that when you're making sushi?
So let's say, let's provide like each bite the same size to provide the guest. So rolling like this, here you're cutting more straight,
Yeah.
right? So towards the ends, you have to move,
Right.
so knife movement like this.
Right.
Right,
So the
with
surface
this-
area is the same all the way down.
Yes.
Right.
So towards the end, you have to make more angle.
Right.
Cut this way. So
Right.
Like this.
Why don't you explain to everyone like what omakase is? Like what's that style of eating for people that don't know?
It's a per day. So chef thinks it's the best fish for that day, and they provide to guests. So they try to introduce new fish to everybody.
What does omakase mean in Japanese?
Omakase is up to you. So it's a tasty menu, but has certain kind of rules. Kind of like the flavor fish first.
Right.
So like try to do the more roller coaster. So gonna build up more flavor, and then dropping down flavor more light, and then coming back. So
And you like that experience, like being in front of the guest, being able to like work with them and interact with them, right?
yes,
Cool.
yes.
Well, you've been doing it for a long time, so
Yeah,
you must like it. So if you guys are in New Orleans, make sure you come check out Kira Omakase. It opens in July. Yoshi's going to be the chef there, and you have to try his food. It's outstanding, very, very delicious, well balanced, perfect nuanced flavors. So you have to check it out. So you want to try this?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it. Little fennel, little cucumber. Oh yeah, really good. A little smoky.
Yeah, green tea, really nice, right?
And the vinegar, like Ponzu sauce, equal parts vinegar to soy
Yes.
sauce. You wouldn't think that. And like the acidity comes through, balances with the fattiness of the tuna so much. And I think also like when people think of Japanese food, they think of sushi. And in their mind, they think like, I'm never gonna make that at home.
I know,
right? Because it's intimidating.
So easy.
But this took us what? 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, it took you 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, but
you have to assume that maybe it'll take them 25 minutes. It's still pretty good. It's a good starter.
Yeah, and they also do like tuna is nice and fatty, so let's say serving pickles on the side, so balance out.
Yoshi, thank you very much, man, for coming on. This is great.
Thank you.
Perfect, delicious. Guys, follow, subscribe, like. If you want to see more professional chef collabs, please let me know in the comments, because I have a lot of professional chef friends that would love to come on. And I love bringing a different style of food to you guys, for you guys to see. So yeah, like, follow, subscribe. Go follow Yoshi on Instagram. Yoshi Okai, is it on Instagram?
Yes.
See what he's up to. He's also a punk rock singer, right?
Yes.
Badass. Always. Yoshi's a badass. Yoshi's a badass. All right, thanks guys. See you soon.